Are you completely overwhelmed with emails? Like, do you feel like you're drowning? Are you opening up your inbox to 100+ emails every single day? If that's you, then I want to talk to you about that in today's video. Hey, I'm Elise Cartwright from Hustle and Groove, and we talk about all things email marketing, productivity, and side hustle related. Today, I want to talk to you about inbox overwhelm. And this is about your personal inbox, your actual emails that come into your inbox every single day. So, about a year ago, I would say that my inbox was inundated with emails. Now, I also just want to be full transparency. I have 3 email addresses that I manage. So that means 3 opportunities for someone to reach out to me to get into my inbox. So it was quite possible for me to open up emails on a daily basis and have almost 500 emails to sift through across those 3 email addresses. Hashtag overwhelm. I was drowning and I just felt myself constantly checking emails. So it was the first thing that I used to do in the morning, and I would spend a good hour just going through emails, opening them up, responding to them, doing all those things. Then I would probably work for an hour and then come back and check my emails. And I had notifications on. So every time an email came into my inbox, it would pop up and tell me that there was a new email. I felt like my inbox was ruling my workday and I was getting nothing done. So if you can relate to any of that, I want to talk to you about something that I discovered called a calm inbox. Now, how amazing does that sound? A calm inbox. Like, when I heard that, I was like, well, that's probably something I want more of. Now, I can't remember where I saw this. I'm pretty sure it came through on an email that I had opened. At the very bottom of the email, it said along these lines, "This is a calm inbox." This means that emails are only checked once in the AM and once in the PM. That's it. So when I went and did some Googling and looked into this a little bit more, I found out that more and more people are doing calm inboxes. So you'll find it referenced in The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, which is a book I read way back in like 2006, 2007, where he talked about only checking his emails once a week. Email was like the worst way to get in touch with him, but it allowed him to manage the content and the stuff coming in. And I believe Tim Ferriss still does this. So he only checks email once a week. Now, I can't do that. My business doesn't run quite that way, but I could look at doing something where I only checked my emails twice a day. That seemed like such an amazing thing to me that when I started implementing it, I started to feel way more relaxed and calm. So basically, here's what you need to do if you want to do this for yourself. You need to train yourself to only check your emails once or twice a day, whatever works for you. I have found that checking it around 10 a.m. in the morning and 3 p.m. in the afternoon is a really good fit. Now, I set aside a 30-minute time block to address anything urgent, and then everything else is left till the next day. So I use an email program called Airmail. Now, I'm on a Mac, so this might not apply to you if you're on a Windows machine, but you can do something similar in Gmail. But basically, using something like Airmail allows me to do things like, as I go through my emails in those 2 30-minute blocks, I can quickly assign them. So I can say, this needs to be dealt with today, this needs to be dealt with tomorrow, or it's going to go and be filed into a different folder. So that is basically how I'm managing that, is that I will go in and say, okay, this I don't need to deal with until tomorrow. So I set up the email to come back into my inbox tomorrow as if I haven't even opened it. So it allows me to manage my inbox far more effectively versus just trying to get through all those emails. I'm also really good at filing things. So you can do this in Google or in your Gmail and just set up rules so that you can automatically file things, and then you may choose to only look at that folder once a week, particularly if you're signed up for a whole bunch of different email newsletters. That's just information, not something that you necessarily need to deal with. So the only things that I'm really looking for when I'm scanning my emails at those 2 times is anything from a client and anything from my VA. Everything else is really just noise and is filtered out accordingly. So figure out what that looks like for you. Set those things up in your email program so that you can automate as much of this process as possible. So that is one thing to starting to implement a calm inbox. The second thing is you're going to want to make sure that everybody knows that you're transitioning or moving to a calm inbox. So the first step in doing that is really about making sure that in every single email that goes out, you have that little disclaimer that basically says, this is a calm inbox. This means that email is checked once in the AM and once in the PM. Outside of those times, you will not hear from me. So being very specific about that in your emails will just release you from any worry you have about that. So I know that this was something I was really, really worried about, but I was so amazed at how many people responded and was like, I love that idea. We do not need to be a slave to our inboxes. And then the second part of that is making sure, obviously, that you communicate with your clients and that they have a way to reach out to you if it is something urgent. So maybe you're using something like the WhatsApp or something like that to allow them to communicate with you, or iMessenger or Facebook Messenger app, whatever that is. Make sure that your clients can get you, but stipulate the times that you're available. So be very clear, set boundaries. It's important that you do this. Otherwise, the calm inbox is kind of going to be non-existent if people can still get you all the time. So set boundaries around what it looks like with your clients, and then make sure that you have that communication piece on every single email that goes out, including the emails that you send out via your email newsletter, so that anytime someone responds to you, they're going to know that you only have or are only responding to emails twice a day. We need to train people that they can't expect an immediate response. Now, this is more about your own business or your own personal inbox. Now, if you're working for someone, you would need to run this past them, obviously. So don't go and implement something unless you've got sign off from your manager. But with your own personal inbox, you can do this regardless of whether you are running a business or not. You can implement a calm inbox. So that is, in a nutshell, the calm inbox. It's really simple. Obviously, we're trying to make things calmer. So go ahead and implement this. Your action step is to go ahead and try this out for yourself. Figure out whether once or twice a day is doable, or maybe you want to be Tim Ferriss and only check your emails once a week. Whatever that looks like, set that up, implement it, set up your communication channels. If you need to have conversations with your clients, do that too, and then try it out. If you do try this out, I would love to know how it goes. Drop back here and put something in the comments and let me know how it's going and whether it's made a difference to your inbox overwhelm. I'll see you in the next video.